Welcome to Palm Springs Stadium here on Monday morning, a beautiful 64 degrees as we approach first pitch between the visiting Washington Blue Sox, who are coming in at 3-5 and trying to avoid a 5-game losing streak. They've lost 4 in a row. And the home team is the Palm Springs Power, coming in at 3-4, and they're on a 2-game losing streak as well. So both teams trying to end a skid. The Washington Blue Sox will be facing Javier Lopez. Angel Landazuri, is going to be the starting pitcher. Javier Lopez is going to be the starting pitcher on the other side for the Blue Sox.
And it's a good day for both these teams to have their ace on the mound, at least their ace performer as of early on. Neither side playing their best ball of the year.
Both teams trying to turn it around. Malcolm Smith, a center fielder, will lead things off for the Blue Sox, followed by Mitch Morales, the second baseman, who's batting second. Alejandro Lara is batting third in the third spot. And hitting cleanup is Michael Bucchino, the shortstop. That's fouled back. 0-2 to Smith. The fifth hitter is Calvin Rucker playing first base. Batting sixth is Alexander Ford in the designated hitter spot. And 7, 8, and 9 hitters are Robbie Carling, the left fielder, Aaron Gex, the right fielder, and the catcher, Taylor Maldonado, batting ninth. Landazuri gets ready with the 0-2, and that's outside and in the dirt for ball one. Landazuri is making his third appearance. He's pitched 9 innings, just giving up 2 hits. He's a strikeout machine, 16 strikeouts. Smith puts this into play to second baseman Simon, who throws over in time. 1 up and 1 down for Angel Landazuri.
The second baseman, number 6, Mitch Morales.
Brings up the second baseman, Mitch Morales. Landazuri, in his 2 appearances so far, picked up wins in both of his appearances, and he's yet to allow a run. So like Jacob mentioned, the ace going at it for the Palm Springs Power, as well as the Washington Blue Sox. So with no one on and 1 away here in the first, strike 1 to Mitch Morales. Takes that on the outside corner. Mitch is hitting 8 for 20 so far in the CWL, a batting average at 400. Takes outside and away. The count will even 1-1. Landazuri gets ready from the stretch. Delivers ball 2. Low and outside. Great matchup here. Both these teams trying to avoid continuing their losing streak. The Blue Sox have lost their last 4. The 2-1 hit a mile high in play on the left side. The third baseman, Berdicia, goes over in foul territory, but it's actually going to be Alonso, the shortstop, who made a play on it, and he dropped it in foul territory. That'll go down as an error, E6 on Alonso. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mitch Morales. The umpires for today's game behind home plate is Roman Frecking, and out in the field is Josh Garcia. We have about 3 or 4 rotating umpires here. So we've seen both of these guys here in the 2023 CWL. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be on this Monday morning. Landazuri gets ready on the left side of the rubber. And that's outside for ball 3. Full count now to Mitch Morales.
What Angel has done just more effectively than most of the arms we've seen is fill up that strike zone. Just 2 hits allowed in his first 2 outings, and not a single free pass yet, but he's behind this guy 3-2.
The 3-2 put in play, a shot right to the right of Simon. That goes into right center field for a single. First hit and base runner of the game for the Blue Sox. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Alejandro Lara, the third baseman. Lara is hitting .364. He's 4 for 11 with a run scored. This is his 7th game here in the California Winter League. Whole bat with 1 on and 1 away. First pitch swinging into left center field, a fly ball. The center fielder Alvarez going to his right, and he gets under it for out number 2. That brings up the cleanup man, Michael Bucchino, the shortstop. Bucchino having a good start to this season. He's 5 for 13, hitting .385. This will be his 8th game.
And he's as dangerous as it gets with a runner on base. 9 stolen bases.
Yes. Very fast out of that 4 spot. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Angel Landazuri. Who works exclusively from the stretch. Checks on the runner, throws home. Breaking ball finds the outside corner, strike 2. We mentioned he's a strikeout machine, averaging almost 2 strikeouts an inning so far here in the CWL. So top of the first, a runner on second, 2 outs, and that's up and in to Bucchino. Couldn't have asked for a nicer Monday morning here in beautiful Palm Springs, California. The 1-2 is a chopper back up the middle. Alonso, the shortstop, throws over, and it pulls March off the bag at first base. So the second error of the inning for Alonso, and now runners on first and second for Calvin Rucker. Mitch Morales now on second base after he singled, and Bucchino on first after that error by Alan Alonso at short. So Landazuri looking to work out of this jam here in the top of the first. Before he throws home, he checks on Morales at second. Doesn't make a throw over.
It's the first real trouble we've really seen Angel have to face in an outing this year.
Checks back at the runner, and then time is called. So that pitch will not count. We're getting into the middle season here in the CWL. That ball's fouled on the right side, out of play. The first playoff game will start on February 16th. We'll have an off day of no games on Super Bowl Sunday, which is this next Sunday on February 12th, and then no games on February 15th either. That's going to be a practice day before the playoffs get started. Ball 1 in the dirt. Then we're going to have a 1-game playoff, a play-in game on the 16th, and then the playoffs will get rolling the 17th, 18th, and 19th. They'll continue. The 1-1 in the dirt. Nice stop by Garcia behind the plate.
Yeah, Joey, every baseball season is a grind in some capacity, but more times than not, you get a couple of off days mixed in there. Not so much in the CWL. We're at it every single day with games.
Yeah. The 2-1 is fouled back into the netting. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, and 2 outs for the number 5 hitter, Calvin Rucker. Rucker has 2 RBIs on the season. If he can find a hit here, most likely will pick up another one. The runners go in the full count and 2 outs, and strike 3 looking is Rucker, the first strikeout of the game for Landazuri. And we head to the home half of the first inning scoreless. We'll be right back. Welcome back to sunny California. Going to work is Javier Lopez on the mound for the Washington Blue Sox, coming in with the record of 1-1. His ERA is sitting at 3.86. He's pitched just under 13 innings, given up 14 hits, 7 earned runs, 11 strikeouts compared to 1 walk. So we're not expecting a lot of walks in this game between Lopez and Landazuri.
And Javier has been an absolute innings eater for the Blue Sox in his 2 outings. His shorter appearance, 5 2/3.
Lopez looks in for the 0-1. He'll be facing Isaiah Alvarez, who leads things off for the Power. Ball 1. This is what the Power lineup looks like. Alvarez at the plate, leading things off. Sean Rigsby batting second out in right field. Batting third is a left fielder, Jalen March. In the cleanup spot is a third baseman, Roberto Berdicia. Batting fifth is the shortstop, Alan Alonso. Alvarez lifts this ball into right center field. And the center fielder, Smith, will track it down for out number 1. The lineup continues. Batting sixth is David Escobar. Batting seventh is the second baseman, Will Simon. Batting eighth is the catcher, Matt Garcia. And rounding things out, batting ninth is the designated hitter, Aaron Harless. Brings up Sean Rigsby. Batting from the left side, facing the righty Lopez, who finds the inside corner for strike 1. We're seeing both of these pitchers work exclusively from the stretch. Lopez ahead early on, 0-2. We're scoreless here in the home half of the first inning between the Blue Sox and the Power. That ball is hit towards the right side. Rucker, the first baseman, underhands it to Lopez. 2 up and 2 down.
Good start for Lopez as he faces a team that's struggled offensively the last couple of games. Just 1 run over their last 2 games played. They've dropped a couple in a row of the Power. They're still trying to get back into the rhythm of things offensively.
First pitch swinging up the middle. Morales throwing acrobatically to first base. Rucker's unable to follow that into the mitts. That was a tough play for Rucker, but that'll go down as an infield single for Jalen March. A nice job from Morales to even have a play at it.
The third baseman, number 8, Roberto Berdicia.
Brings up the cleanup hitter, the third baseman, Roberto Berdicia. Roberto's from Chicago, Illinois. He played in the CWL back in 2020. Also played in the Liberation League. Lopez doing a nice job getting ahead in the count to these hitters early on here in the home half of the first inning. Berdicia launches a ball into shallow right field, and the second baseman, Morales, makes the play. So a scoreless first inning. We head to the top of the second in this pitching duel. We'll be right back. Angel Landazuri gets back to work. He'll face Ford, Carling, and Gex to start the top half of the second inning. We are tied 0-0. Both pitchers have given up one hit, and that's it. Landazuri able to work around a couple errors back in the first inning. He has one strikeout early on in his outing. Looks in, kicks and deals the 1-0, and that's fouled heads up in the bleachers. A line drive. Luckily, no one was over there.
That one got into the seats in a hurry, to say the least.
The designated hitter awaits the 1-1. Just up and outside for ball 2. Looked like Ford flinched and was wanting to go for it, but able to hold up on ball 2. 2-1. Ford fouls this right in front of the third base concession stand. Heads up over there. You need to be aware if you're walking around this stadium.
Everything's in play.
Yeah.
Playing in a park.
Strike 3 for Landazuri. 2 strikeouts in a row. Both of them called. That brings up the left fielder, Robbie Carling. Robbie's from Felton, California. That's just north of Santa Cruz. Very nice area. Fouled towards the right side in front of the Turtle. So 0-1 to Carling. Carling played with the Empire State Grays in the Frontier League. Swings and comes away empty on that. He's behind 0-2. Nobody on here in the top of the second in a scoreless game between the Power and the Blue Sox. The 0-2 waved at and miss. 3 straight strikeouts from Angel Landazuri.
There's the Angel Landazuri as advertised.
Yes, absolutely.
Big-time strikeout arm. Will string them together when he finds his rhythm. He gets his first swinging strikeout, and it's that breaking ball away to the righties, or even he'll front door it, and then he'll bust the fastball last second. Kind of frees you.
First pitch is low and inside. Finding the zone for strike one against Aaron Gex, the right fielder. Gex, another left-handed hitter for the Blue Sox. Awaits the 0-1 and drives this ball into left center field. That'll get down between the gap. Rounding first is Gex, heading to second base. The throw coming in from Alvarez on the warning track. And Gex stays at second base with a 2-out double in the top of the second for the Blue Sox.
Great piece of hitting for Aaron Gex. Taking a fastball away, driving it in that direction, and that was hit so on the screws that the center fielder, Isaiah Alvarez, could not stop it before it hit the gap.
Yes, Aaron Gex able to shoot it through the hole. Brings up the catcher, Taylor Maldonado. Whole bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Landazuri looking to work out of trouble again, and that's fouled and chopped on the left side. Today at the ballpark is Locals Day, $5 admission with a valid Coachella Valley ID. And if you're in or around the area, come to the ballpark tomorrow. It's 2 for Tuesday, 2 for 1 admission. Landazuri looks at the runner and throws home on the 0-1, bending in for strike 2.
There's that front door curve that's been so effective for Angel to start the year.
Both pitchers working ahead. The 0-2 is fouled down the third base line. We'll do it again. Looked like it was off of Taylor Maldonado at the plate. Takes a minute to get up. And Roman Frecking behind home plate will give him a minute. Sweep off the plate. Let him walk it off a little bit. He nods to the trainer and says, I'm all good. I'm ready to get back in there. Take some hacks. When he steps back in, it'll be 0-2 with the runner on second base and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Landazuri looking to work out of trouble once again. The 0-2 is outside for ball 1. Landazuri looks at Gex, who's dancing at second base. No one's holding him on at second. He'll take a minute and make him walk back to the bag. Looks over once again. Gex is taking a big lead because no one's holding him on, but now the second baseman, Simon, is there to keep him close. Making Landazuri a little bit uncomfortable on the mound. But if you're Angel, you just need to attack Taylor right here ahead of the count 1 and 2. Don't worry about the runner with 2 outs. Attack the man at the plate. Waved at and missed from Maldonado. Strikeout number 4 as we head to the bottom of the second inning, tied 0-0. We'll be right back. Javier Lopez, the right-hander for the Blue Sox, will get back to work here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless game so far. We'll face the middle of the lineup for the Power. Alonso, Escobar, and Simon. First pitch in. Low and outside for ball 1. Alan Alonso's from Miami, Florida, 24-year-old. Swings and the second pitch to Buquino, the shortstop, who throws over in time to Rucker. That'll bring up David Escobar. Escobar's from Hampton, Virginia, the 32-year-old. Steps in and is ready on the right side, facing the righty pitcher. Strike 1 on the outside corner. The Power had 1 hit back in the first inning. That came off the bat of Jalen March. The 0-1 is low and outside for ball 1. Lopez looks in, gets the sign, check swing, but it's a called strike 2. Both these pitchers showing their good command early in this game, attacking that strike zone. The 1-2, swung on and missed. The first strikeout this morning from Javier Lopez. That'll bring up the second baseman, Will Simon. Simon a long ways from home. He's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm sure enjoying this nice weather here in Southern California. The 0-1. Swung on and hit towards the right side. Morales, the second baseman, plays it on a hop. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Javier Lopez. We head to the top of the third, scoreless. We'll be right back.
Top of the third inning from Palm Springs Stadium. No score between the Washington Blue Sox and the Palm Springs Power. Jacob Kronberg, Joey Senna on the CWL YouTube is the top of the order. In Malcolm Smith leads off for the Blue Sox. First pitch, breaking ball, misses low and away for ball one to Smith, who bounced out to the second baseman Simon to begin the ball game. Landazuri with a letter high set, his 0-1. Lifted toward left center field, moving into the gap. Alvarez, the center fielder there, and he runs it down in stride for out number one.
Well, we anticipated a pitching duel in this game, and both Landazuri and Lopez have lived up to that. Hits coming at a premium. It's going to be a 1-0, 2-1 type game.
Both these starters notorious for filling up the strike zone, and the more strikes they throw, the more success we have seen from pitchers
Yes.
this CWL season.
And they both give a lot of length to their managers.
Mitch Morales, who singled back in the first, stands in and takes a fastball on the outer half. Strike one called. Morales now 9 for 21 to start this season as he stands close to the plate in the righty box and takes a fastball away, ball one. So hitting right around the 420 mark is Morales. He's got 3 extra base hits and has struck out just once. Landazuri kicks and goes. Morales bounces it to short. Charging is Alonso. He bobbles, recovers, and just gets him at first. Kind of stabbing at it was the shortstop, Alan Alonso. Kept the ball in front, picked up with the bare hand, and a good throw gets the speedy Morales. For out number two.
Great job by Alonso to stick with that, keep the ball in front of him, and ultimately coming away with an out.
2 down and nobody on for Alejandro Lara. Third straight righty to begin the order for Washington as he takes a breaking ball on the outer half, called strike one. Infield playing Lara slightly to pull as Angel continues to work from the third base side of the rubber. Beautiful front door curveball gets him. Strike two called.
Landazuri's looking to do what Javier Lopez did at the bottom of the second inning, and that was a quick and efficient 1-2-3 inning.
He's looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game in a scoreless ball game. 0-2, slider in the dirt. Good stop by Garcia, but an even better take by Lara.
I like that pitch in an 0-2 count, trying to get a swing, and he almost did from Alejandro.
Lara with hits in the last 2 games he's played in, trying to start a little hitting streak. Landazuri's 1-2, fastball runs upstairs. 1-2 the count. Right on right the matchup, Landazuri holds the hands in front of his hips, looking in for the sign, now settles from the letters. The 2-2 slider low and out, and Lara offered at it. Lara goes around for strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the third for Angel Landazuri. We're still scoreless. Going to the bottom half of the third after this on the CWL. 8-9-1 due up in the order for the Palm Springs Power as we begin the home third. No score between Palm Springs and Washington. As Matt Garcia takes a fastball on the outer half. 4-strike-1 called from Javi Lopez. 0-1, same spot and quickly ahead in the count. 0-2 is Javier Lopez, who's been an innings machine at the top of the Washington order. He works from the belt. 0-2. Foul tipped in and out of the mitt of Taylor Maldonado. Count remains 0-2 as we look at the Washington Blue Sox defense. Javier Lopez on the mound, Taylor Maldonado behind the plate. Calvin Rucker, Mitch Morales, Michael Bucchino, and Alejandro Lara right to left of in the infield. Snake it back in the outfield with Robbie Carling, Malcolm Smith, and Aaron Gex. Lopez with the red glove tucked against his chest looks in for the sign. Next 0-2, fouled back into the netting. And another good spoiled pitch by Matt Garcia.
These pitchers are having success because they're attacking the zone and working in 0-2 counts, 1-2 counts, and when the pitcher's doing that, it's often a winning formula.
Third 0-2, bounce to third, long hop for Lara. Sets his feet, quick throw, nowhere near the base. Turning and digging for second, Garcia. Rucker placed the carom off the fence, but puts it in his back pocket. It's going to be an error against Alejandro Lara, who may have rushed that throw a bit from third.
Yes, I think so. We saw Landis Zuri have to work around a couple errors back in the first. He was able to do so, pick up his teammates. Now Javier Lopez is going to have to do the same with the runner on second and nobody out.
A good scoring chance for the Power in a scoreless game. 0-0 heater clips the outer edge against Aaron Harless for a called strike one. Right on right the matchup. Middle infield kind of pinched, keeping Garcia close. Lopez gives a look at the 0-1. Misses just downstairs.
Lopez looking for a strikeout here against a number 9 hitter. Only one strikeout this morning so far for Lopez.
Came against David Escobar last inning. 1-1 fouled back behind home plate. And yet another batter where Javier Baez has jumped ahead in the count. Ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Open stance for Harless, wiggling the bat over his back shoulder. Lopez ready from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2. Lifted into left center field. Shallow. 3 fielders going after it. It's going to drop in front of an oncoming Smith. Staying near the bag on the pop-up was Matt Garcia. He moves up 90 feet to third. And it's runners on the corners. Nobody out in the top of the Power order coming up in Isaiah Alvarez.
Well, Aaron Harless couldn't have placed that in a better position out in shallow left center field. The left fielder, Carling, was shaded over all the way towards the line in left field. So he had to go a long ways. He couldn't get to it. The shortstop, Bucchino, couldn't get to it, and the center fielder couldn't get to it, right in the middle of all 3 of them.
The outfielders were really shaded away from that spot on the field, which made it an even more difficult play. But an early opportunity for the Power to crack the scoreboard first. It's an 0-1 count to Isaiah Alvarez. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And the 0-1 fouled back out of play for strike 2.
And Jacob, in games like this, you have to take advantage when opportunities arise. When you're the offense against 2 good pitchers, runs are going to come at a premium. So anytime you have a runner on third base with no outs, you need to find a way to bring that run home. And
it's not just scoring against an opponent's star pitcher. It's, 1 or 2 runs might be enough with your guy you have on the bump today as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Lopez, the 0-2. Bounce to short. Bucchino goes to second for 1. Turn to first. not in time. An RBI fielder's choice off the bat of Isaiah Alvarez, and the Power take a 1-0 lead.
And that's a win if you're the Power. Put the ball in play. It's just as good as a sacrifice fly. Good job from Isaiah Alvarez to put the ball in play.
Gets himself an RBI and gets his team a 1-0 lead. So Alvarez on first, 1 out. And first pitch called a strike on the outer half to Sean Rigsby.
That will not be an earned run charged to Lopez.
Lopez starts yet another batter off with strike 1. Alvarez runs. Good pitch to throw on. Throw down to second. Swipe tag from Buquino didn't get him. The throw from Maldonado drifted into the first base line. Buquino tried to swipe the tag on the run, but didn't have that Javi Baez-esque form.
Buquino did a nice job of just keeping that ball in the infield. He had to go a long ways for that ball on the other side of second base. That ball could have easily ended up in the gap in right center field. And who knows where Alvarez would be right now if that happened.
2-1 the count now to Rigsby with Alvarez in scoring position. Buquino plays in his back pocket. Line drive down the first base line, past a diving Rucker and into the right field corner it goes. Alvarez in to score. Rigsby up to second as the throw in is cut off. An RBI double off the bat of Sean Rigsby. Palm Springs has doubled its lead. Now in front 2-0.
Well, we started this inning with an error, and that's what got the rally started for Palm Springs. It was an 8-hitter who had the error. Aaron Harless, a 9-hitter, did a nice job getting on base with a single, and then the order flipped around in a good spot. Nice job from the Power to take advantage.
First pitch breaking ball in for a called strike to Jalen March, who singled his last time up. 2-0, Palm Springs in front of Washington. Lopez checks the runner, 0-1, in there for a called strike 2.
Lopez has done a nice job getting ahead, but we haven't seen that punch-out pitch yet from Lopez that he goes to and relies to every time he is in a 0-2, 1-2 count.
Yeah, we've seen some weak contact, but none of that put-away action, and here it is. Change up low and away. Swung over and missed. Maldonado to his feet, throws a strike to first, and gets March for out number 2.
That was exactly what I was talking about that Lopez was looking for, and he found it right there. Nice job by Maldonado behind the plate as well to keep it in front of him. Throw over to first base while looking back at Rigsby at second to keep him planted at second base.
First pitch changeup misses down and in to Roberto Berdicia for ball 1. Alvarez remains on second after the fielder's choice that drove in a run and a stolen bag. Lopez, the 1-0. On the inner half, called a strike. 2-0, the Power leading the Blue Sox. Both sides trying to snap a losing skid. Lopez with a letter high set. His 1-1. This time, a called strike on the outer half, and Lopez jumps ahead of another batter. But as you mentioned, Joey, up until the strikeout of March, the put-away pitch hasn't quite been there.
Yep, I'm looking for a breaking ball in the dirt right here, trying to get a swing and a miss, chasing out of the zone from Berdicia.
1-2, pulled foul on the ground, left side. And Bernicia lives to see another pitch. One ball, 2 strikes the count. And the breaking ball misses well outside ball 2.
In a 1-2 count, you can throw anything, but that pitch just wasn't a super competitive pitch that Berdicia would maybe want to swing at. That was kind of an easy take.
2-2. Lifted into shallow left field. Coming in is Carling. They're in time to make the two-handed catch and retire the side. But not before the power cracked the scoreboard. A couple of runs here in the third. They're in front 2-zip as we go to the fourth on the CWL YouTube.
Welcome back as we start the top of the fourth inning. Palm Springs able to tack on 2 runs in the bottom of the third, and they lead 2-0. First pitch swinging is Michael Bucchino, who lifts the ball into right field. Rigsby in right field tracks it down. 1 pitch and 1 out for Landazuri to start the fourth inning.
The first baseman, number 34, Calvin Rucker.
Brings up the first baseman, Calvin Rucker, who was the first strikeout victim for Angel Landazuri, who now has 5 strikeouts. That strikeout came looking back in the first inning. He takes his second at-bat, awaits the first pitch, watches it go by on the outside corner, strike 1 from Landazuri. We've seen a lot of strike 1s from both of these pitchers early on through the first 3 innings of this game. The 0-1 is swung on in the dirt. Nice movement on that pitch from Landazuri, getting a chase swing from Rucker. Coming into the game, Landazuri had 16 strikeouts in 9 innings pitched. He's continued that. Rucker blasts the ball up the middle for a 1-out single for the Blue Sox, who look to get on the board here in the fourth inning, down 2-0. Rucker now 1 for 2. It brings up Alexander Ford, who also struck out looking. That was in the second inning. He bats from the left side. Landazuri looks at the runner at first and deals home. Swinging at the first pitch is Ford, and that goes down the left field line, just foul. Escobar, the left fielder, going over and fielding it, so take just a moment here for him to get back in position. Landazuri gets the sign from Garcia and gets set on the 0-1. Inside corner, strike 2. Landazuri looking for strikeout number 6 and looking to retire Ford on 2 strikeouts in his 2 at-bats. Ford has other plans for the Blue Sox with a runner on first base and 1 away. The 0-2 outside. Ball 1. The center fielder, Alvarez, is playing fairly deep. The right fielder, Rigsby, and the left fielder, Escobar, playing medium depth. Almost, I would call it, a little shallow. The 1-2, waved at and miss. A half-hearted swing by Ford. Strikeout number 6 for Angel Landazuri, who will work with a runner on first base and now 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The Power lead 2-0. Both teams with 3 hits. The Blue Sox with 1 error on defense, and Palm Springs Power with 2 hits. That breaking ball catches the helmet of Robbie Carling, who will walk to first base. Thankfully, that was a breaking ball and not a fastball or anything. Carling didn't even flinch. He just jogged over to first base right away. Carling now at first base. Rucker jogs over to second. The Washington Blue Sox looking for a 2-out rally here to get on the board. Trailing 2-0 in the top of the 4th. Aaron Gex, who blasted a ball into right center field his last time up for a double, has an RBI opportunity here. He gets ahead 1-0. It was rare to see a ball 1 from Landazuri before we saw strike 1 from the first pitch. The 1-0 is also outside. Landazuri way behind now, 2-0. He looks to work out of the jam here in the top of the 4th. Gex, the lefty, waits. That's outside. He's way ahead, 3-0. On deck is the catcher, Taylor Maldonado. But Landazuri hoping not to face him this inning. 2 on, 2 outs, a 3-0 pitch coming. Landazuri kicks and deals, and that's upstairs, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. First walk issued by Angel Landazuri. The bases are now full of Blue Sox. Here with 2 away in the top of the 4th. Looking to break through and get on the board. Trailing 2-0. The number 9 hitter, Taylor Maldonado, who struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. A big opportunity here. After a 4-pitch walk, Landazuri right back in the zone for strike 1. This is the biggest opportunity in the game so far for Washington. Looking to capitalize here with the bases loaded. Just upstairs and inside, the count will even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gorgeous day here in Southern California. 67 degrees, no wind. Very comfortable. The 1-1 finds the outside corner, strike 2. Landazuri is 1 strike away from escaping this 4th inning without allowing any damage. Maldonado awaits the 1-2. Swung on and missed. The bases were loaded, and Landazuri attacked the zone and was able to record a strikeout in a big situation to keep the Blue Sox scoreless. We head to the home half of the 4th. The Power lead 2-0. Welcome back as we start the bottom of the 4th inning. Palm Springs Power with a 2-0 lead over the Washington Blue Sox. Both these teams looking to avoid continuing their skids that they're in. The Blue Sox have lost 4 in a row, and 2 in a row lost for Palm Springs Power. First pitch swinging is Alonso. The center fielder Smith tracks it down. 1 pitch and 1 out for Javier Lopez. That brings up David Escobar, the number 6 hitter. Last time up in the 2nd inning, he struck out swinging. 1 of 2 strikeouts recorded for Javier Lopez. Outside corner delivered by Lopez, strike 1. David Escobar is playing left field for the Power. We've also seen him pitch for Palm Springs as well. He takes ball 1 outside. The 1-1, almost the same exact location where Lopez got strike 1. He now moves ahead of the count 1-2. Lopez looking to keep this 2-0 deficit for the Blue Sox. Ball 2 is thrown in the dirt. David Escobar is from Hampton, Virginia. Swings, and this is on the right side of the field. Going all the way over to the fence is the first baseman, Rucker. But it falls out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Escobar with nobody on and 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th as the Power lead 2-0 in this pitching duel. The 2 runs from the Power came in the 3rd inning. It started with an error for Matt Garcia, who came around to score, and then a couple of hits sprinkled in. Scored Isaiah Alvarez on an RBI double from Sean Rigsby. Lopez now in a full count to Escobar at the plate. Lopez looks in for the signs from Maldonado. They agree. The full count is punched into right field. That'll be a 1-out single for David Escobar. That'll bring up the second baseman, Will Simon. Last time he was up in the 2nd inning, he grounded out to second base. Lopez looking to replicate that and maybe double him up. With 1 on and 1 out, first pitch finds the outside corner, strike 1. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Locals Day for Coachella Valley residents. The 0-1 just outside for ball 1. I was talking to one of the players on the chill the other day. I was like, how are you enjoying it out here? And he said, how can I not love this? Playing baseball every single day. The weather is nicer here than almost anywhere else around the country. Meeting all kinds of new people. Hanging out with the guys after in the hotel rooms. Around the pool and the hot tubs. The 1-2. Waved at and missed. A big strikeout there for Lopez, his 3rd K of the day. Brings up the catcher, Matt Garcia. Well, that with Escobar at first and 2 outs. The Power with the 2-0 lead. Inside corner, strike one. We see a plane take off from Palm Springs International Airport about every 5 to 10 minutes. That airport was really small, but it's growing by the year. The 0-1 hit into right field, a high fly ball. Gex will settle under it. And Javier Lopez able to work around the 1-out single. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning, the top of the fifth inning. Power with a 2-0 lead. Welcome back to beautiful, sunny Southern California. We get ready to start the fifth inning. Due up for the Blue Sox is Malcolm Smith, Mitch Morales, and Alejandro Lara. 1, 2, and 3. Landazuri has pitched 4 scoreless innings, giving up just 3 hits. Half swing there from Malcolm Smith, who is 0 for 2 looking for his first hit. He grounded out to second back in the first and flew out to center field in the third. Awaits the 0-1, puts this in play into center field. Alvarez charged it at first and then takes a few steps back and records out number 1.
The second baseman, number 6, Mitch Morales.
That'll bring up Mitch Morales, the number 2 hitter for the Sox. He's 1 for 2, a single in the first, a ground out to short in the third. Mitch Morales is from Temecula, California, not too far away from Palm Springs. Swinging at the first pitch, fouled it straight back. Morales is 24 years old, 200 pounds, 5'10". He plays both second base and the outfield, mainly in center. The 0-1's in the dirt and spiked in front of home plate, ball 1. Beautiful day for baseball. We have the canyons, very clear sight out in the distance. Palm trees galore here in Palm Springs. The 1-1's bounced in for ball 2. Blue Sox looking to get on the board. Here in the top of the fifth, trailing 2-0 to the Power. Landazuri has been dealing on the mound with 6 strikeouts. 2-1 swung on and hit up the middle. Alonso unable to make a diving play on it. So a 1-out single for Mitch Morales, his second single of the day. Blue Sox looking to get anything going against Landazuri here in the 5th inning. The number 3 hitter, Alejandro Lara, steps in. Looking for his first hit this morning. He flew out to center field and struck out back in the 3rd. First pitch in. Strike 1 on the inside corner. The second baseman, Simon, shaded towards second base. Looks like he'll take a throw if Morales were to run. Or, of course, a double play ball happens. The 0-1's in the dirt. The runner goes. Simon is covering, but no throw from Garcia. Now a runner in scoring position for Alejandro Lara. The Blue Sox had a big opportunity last inning in the 4th. They loaded the bases with 2 outs, and Landazuri came up with a big strikeout of Taylor Maldonado. That kept the Sox off the board in the 4th. Looking to do the same here now with the runner in scoring position and 1 out. Swung on and missed was Lara. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. A man on second and 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Blue Sox trying to break through here in the 5th. Landazuri will check on Morales at second base. Alejandro Lara from Fairfield, California, and he played ball at UC Davis, not too far away from Fairfield, maybe an hour or so, depending on traffic, of course. Following that, straight back, staying alive is Lara. Looking to get the Blue Sox on the board here in the 5th inning. Big opportunity lost for him last inning, trying to capitalize this inning. 4 hits apiece, but Palm Springs with a 2-0 lead. That ball's in the dirt. The throw bounces, and Alan Alonso is able to keep it in front of him. Mitch Morales gets back in time. Landazuri looks in. He and Garcia now on the same page. Angel looks back at the runner, throws home, and that's up and in. Now a full count. On deck is the cleanup hitter, Michael Bucchino. Lara awaits the full count. Breaking ball, bending in there. Strikeout number 7 for Angel Landazuri. And a big one there. Brings up the shortstop Bucchino, who reached on an error back in the 1st and flew out to right field in the 4th. RBI opportunity for him. The runner on second. Breaking ball waved at and missed. Landazuri making Bucchino look silly up there with that breaking ball. Bucchino's had a great season so far. He's 5 for 13, hitting .385. Has 2 RBIs on the season. Looking for number 3 here in the top of the 5th. Blue Sox trail 2-0. The count's even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Landazuri looking for 5 scoreless innings here in Game 1 at Palm Springs Stadium. Swung got in the dirt, strike 2. We hope you can join us for Game 2 today between the British Columbia Bombers and the Palm Springs Chill. First pitch at around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Landazuri gets set, the 1-2, check swing. Yes, he did go around. 8 strikeouts for Landazuri as he has 5 scoreless innings. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Power with a 2-0 lead. Welcome back to the stadium. 2-0 Power lead as they dig in, ready to hit in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch swinging is Aaron Harless, the designated hitter, who singled in his only plate appearance back in the 3rd. Lopez pulled the string on the first pitch to Harless, who was way out in front of it. The 0-1, that's fouled towards the Power dugout. Nice play in front of the dugout. Both teams don't really, we've seen all the teams really not camp in the dugout at all. They have chairs right in front of the railing of the dugout. The 0-2 pitch is hit into left field, and a leadoff single here in the 5th inning for the number 9 hitter Harless. The batting order flips around. Isaiah Alvarez gets ready to hit. He reached on the fielder's choice and had an RBI back in the 3rd and flew out to center field back in the 1st. First pitch finds the outside corner, strike 1 from Javier Lopez. Isaiah Alvarez is from Indio, California, not too far down the road from Palm Springs. Takes ball 1. Hometown kid. It's a 23-year-old. Stands at 6 feet tall and weighs 170 pounds. Awaits the 1-1. Just downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. A runner on, nobody out. Lopez gets ready on the 2-1, and that's fouled. Heads up at the dugout. It's a dangerous spot where they sit in front of the dugout railing. Bottom of the 5th inning, Power with the 2-0 lead. Harless singled, is on first base. The 2-2 hit into left center field. Going over, tracking it down is Smith, and it falls just ahead of him. That'll go down as an error. Smith unable to make the play out in center field. Harless now standing at second. Alvarez on first after the error. Nobody out and 2 on for the number 2 hitter, the right fielder, Sean Rigsby. Had a big at-bat his last time up. In the 3rd inning, he had an RBI double. First pitch he watches go by on the outside corner from Lopez, strike 1. Lopez is searching for a strikeout here or a double play ball. With nobody out in the home half of the 5th inning. Looking to keep this a 2-0 game. Fly ball into right field. Aaron Gex running a long ways, and he was playing pretty deep. He was unable to get to the ball. So that falls in for a single for Rigsby. He's now 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI. The bases now loaded for Palm Springs here in the bottom of the 5th, looking to extend on their 2-0 lead. Javier Lopez looks to work some magic here in the bottom of the 5th. Jalen March at the plate, swinging at the first pitch, coming away empty, strike 1. March singled in the 1st and struck out swinging in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. Ball 1 delivered by Lopez. Jalen March is 4 for 9. He has 1 RBI on the season, looking for more. All 4 infielders in on the grass. 1-1 is hit to second base Morales, who throws home, 1 out, and Maldonado sails a throw, trying to double up Jalen March. So in comes 2 runs after the first run. After Harless was thrown out at home. So the Palm Springs Power doubled their lead and now have a 4-0 lead after the throwing error by Maldonado. Isaiah Alvarez came around to score, and Sean Rigsby came around to score. And Jalen March, after the error, is now standing at 3rd base. Brings up James Cross, who will hit for Roberto Berdicia. This ball was hit into foul territory out in left field. Carling running a long ways for recording the out. In comes Jalen March. So the Power now with a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs have come across here in the 5th inning. That brings up Alan Alonso. Swings at the first pitch, belting a ball into left field, rounding first, heading to second is Alonso, thinking 2 right out of the gate. The throw not in time. A 2-out double for Alan Alonso, who picked up his first hit this morning. That brings up David Escobar, the left fielder for the Power. He's 1 for 2. Singled back in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 2nd. Hold out with Alonso on second base. 2 outs, 3 runs already across. Waving at the first pitch from Lopez, strike 1. Power scored 2 runs in the third. Now 3 runs here in the fifth. 5-0 league. A big swing from Escobar. Comes away empty. 0-2. Lopez looking for strikeout number 4. That's fouled towards the right side. Little chopper. So we'll do it again. 0-2. Runner on second and 2 away. The Power lead 5-0. If it gets to him, Will Simon, the second baseman, is on deck for the Power. The 0-2, foul tipped. Strikeout number 4 for Javier Lopez. But the Power able to tack on 3 more runs in the fifth. We head to the sixth, 5-0 Power. We'll be right back. Welcome back as we start the top of the sixth. New pitcher for Palm Springs is going to be Michael Barker. Angel Landazuri had a great outing, 5 scoreless innings. He allowed 4 hits, and he came away with 9 strikeouts. Barker takes over for him and starts ahead against Calvin Rucker, 0-1. That's fouled into the pole that's holding the netting. That shot right off. Luckily didn't hit or deflect off of anybody. 0-2 to Rucker, who's 1 for 2. He singled back in the fourth, struck out looking in the first. The 0-2 is slapped into right field. That's a fair ball going down the right field line. Rucker rounding first, taking a big turn, heading into second base. The throw in, not in time. Rucker will lead off the sixth with a double. Brings up Alexander Ford, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, one looking back in the second, one swinging in the fourth. Killian Bloat will be the pinch hitter, number 10. He'll be hitting in the DH spot now for Alexander Ford, who he took over for. So first at bat for Bloat with the runner on second base. Nobody out here in the top of the sixth. The Power with a 5-0 lead. Michael Barker is making his 5th appearance. He started one of those games. Finds the inside corner for strike 1. Pardon me, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Barker. Checks Rucker at second. Throws home. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Michael Barker. Brings up number 26, the left fielder, Robbie Carling, who was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning on the helmet. Luckily, it was a breaking ball. He was okay, able to stay in the game. He jogged over to first base even. No hesitation at all from him. And he stayed in the game, so he appears to be all right. Rucker dancing at second base. No one holding him on. Pitch in the dirt from Barker. Ball 1. Michael Barker has pitched 11 innings, giving up 7 hits, just 1 earned run. His ERA is sitting at 0.63. He's a strikeout machine. 22 strikeouts in his 11 innings. Also a great strikeout to walk ratio, 22 compared to 3. Rucker taking a big lead at second base. Barker throws home. Fouled back into the netting by Robbie Carling. The second baseman, Simon, is holding Rucker on barely. That's why Rucker is able to take such a big lead. But up 5-0 if you're Barker. Just attack the hitter at home. Spikes that in front of the plate. Rucker walks over to third base on that wild pitch. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 7 hitter. The Blue Sox looking to get on the board here in the top of the 6th inning, trailing 5-0. They had a bases-loaded opportunity back in the 4th. Another opportunity with runners in scoring position in the 5th. Unable to capitalize on either of those opportunities. They find themselves with another one here in the 6th with the runner on third base. Only 1 away. The 2-2 from Barker, just low. The count is now full. Barker looks in, gets the sign from Garcia, and that's chopped foul. Carling stays alive, and we'll see another pitch from Michael Barker, working in his first inning after taking over for Angel Landazuri. Strike 3 called. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Barker. Like I mentioned, the strikeout machine. He now has 24 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings worth of work. The right fielder. Looks like this is actually going to be a pinch hitter for Aaron Gex. James Cross will be hitting in Aaron Gex spot. Cross hits this to the first baseman, March, who will tag the bag, and that'll end the inning. The Sox still off of the board. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Power with a 5-0 lead. We'll be right back to Palm Springs Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back as we approach the home half of the 6th inning. The Power with a 5-0 lead. I'm Joey Senna. Thank you for listening on the California Winter League YouTube channel. Wherever you may be across the world, the CWL 2023 edition features 9 different countries. Players coming from all over the country, as well as from all over the globe. New pitcher for the Blue Sox is Aaron Gex. Aaron Gex is making just his 3rd appearance. He's only pitched 1 inning. He did record 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 is outside to the second baseman, Will Simon. I'll give you Javier Lopez's final line in just a moment. 2-1 is slapped foul down the right field line into the fence. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lopez pitched 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 5 runs, but only 2 of them earned. He came away with 4 strikeouts as well. The 2-2 is hit to the second baseman, Morales, who juggled it for a moment. And that'll go down as an E4. Morales just unable to pick it up and field it cleanly. So that brings up the catcher, Matt Garcia. Going back to Lopez, he had 4 strikeouts across his 5 innings worth of work, and he finished with 71 pitches thrown. So Aaron Gex works here after the error to Garcia, who reached on an error back in the 3rd and flew out to right in the 4th. He's 0 for 2. The runner goes. The throw not in time. It gets by the second baseman, who is actually Garrett Boyer, who took over for Mitch Morales at second base. Simon now at second. 2-0 to Garcia. Check swing, able to hold up. 3 balls and no strikes. So Power look to add on here in the 6th, leading 5-0. Gex gets ready from the stretch, and that's outside, an easy take for ball 4. 4-pitch walk issued to Matt Garcia. Runners on first and second for the Power here in the home half of the 6th. Still nobody out for Aaron Gex in the Blue Sox. Gex started this game out in right field, and then James Cross took over for him, and now he finds himself on the mound. First pitch swinging is Aaron Harless, the designated hitter, who's 2 for 2. If he's able to get a hit here, most likely will pick up an RBI. He has 2 singles, 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th. He bats for the 2nd consecutive inning. Breaking ball finding the zone. A great pitch there from Gex. Harless moved out of the way, but it ended up crossing the plate for strike 2. So Gex way ahead of Harless. The 0-2. Gex throws home, swung on and missed. The runners will advance. Gex now with 1 out. Matt Garcia, who walked, is now on second base, and Will Simon, after the error by Boyer, is now on third base. The Power with a 5-0 lead. And the Power with a 2-game losing streak, looking to snap that. If the score holds, the Blue Sox would move on to a 5-game losing streak. Gex gets ready, throws home, inside, able to get out of the way is Isaiah Alvarez. Back to the top of the order for Palm Springs. Alvarez had a fielder's choice RBI back in the third, came around to score. He also scored in the fifth off an error. That wild pitch allows Will Simon to come home from third base. More insurance runs for Palm Springs, who now lead 6-0. Garcia followed suit and is now standing at third base. First run allowed by Aaron Gex. But like I mentioned, only one inning worth of work prior to this. The 2-0 is hit down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. Alvarez will pick up an RBI double here in the bottom of the sixth. Palm Springs extend their lead 7-0 over the Washington Blue Sox here in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's been great pitching for Palm Springs. Angel Landazuri and now Michael Barker piggybacking him. Gex gets ready with the runner on second and one away to Sean Rigsby. Strike one on the outside corner. Rigsby having a nice day. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI double in the third. And he singled and scored back in the fifth when the Power were able to put 3 runs on the board, and that's inside. Rigsby able to bend out of the way. The game was scoreless until the bottom of the third inning when an error sparked a little rally for Palm Springs. They scored 2 runs in that inning, able to bring 3 runs across in the fifth and 2 runs so far here in the bottom of the sixth. They lead 7-0. Beautiful rainbow breaking ball coming in from Gex. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count to Sean Rigsby. Looking for his third hit. Technically still this morning, 11:44 a.m. Pacific time. The first Monday of February. Outside corner, strike 3. Sean Rigsby's retired via strikeout looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Aaron Gex.
The first baseman, number 44, Jalen March.
Brings up the number 3 hitter, the left fielder for Palm Springs, Jalen March. Singled back in the first. Struck out in the third and reached on an error. Holbout with a runner on second base and 2 away. Palm Springs with a 7-0 lead over the Washington Blue Sox. 1-0 finding the zone once again is Gex. That'll leave in the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thanks for joining us on the California Winter League YouTube channel. I'm Joey Senna bringing you the action for Game 1. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Game 2 is between the British Columbia Bombers and the Palm Springs Chill. Right here on the California Winter League YouTube channel. We hope you can join us for more action in the CWL. Gex throws back. Almost a wild throw. Nice job from Bucchino. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to March at the plate, who hits from the left side, facing the righty Gex, who gets set, kicks and deals the 1-2, and that's high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, One runner on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs across for the Power. Gex will step off and reset, asking for new signs from Maldonado behind the plate. Alvarez leads from second. The 2-2 is low and outside. Full count. The Power have scored only 1 run in the last 2 games, but now breaking out here, 7 runs, and they lead 7-0. Swung on and missed. Aaron Gex strikes out the side, but Palm Springs able to bring 2 more runs across in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the last inning, the top of the 7th. Palm Springs with a big 7-0 lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to historic Palm Springs Stadium. Here in Southern California, we couldn't have asked for a nicer day at the ballpark on Monday morning. The Power leading by a touchdown as we start the top of the 7th. The Power scored 2 runs in the 3rd, 3 runs in the 5th, and 2 more runs in the 6th. The 2-1. Finding the inside corner. Strike 2. Jonathan Suarez at the plate. Hits this to the third baseman, Berdicia, who has to charge and delivering a strike over to March. A nice play by the third baseman, Berdicia. So Jonathan Suarez is retired. The batting lineup flips around for the Blue Sox. Malcolm Smith will hit. With nobody on, 1 away here in the 7th inning. Blue Sox trailing 7-0. Looks like the Blue Sox are going to move to 3-6 in this season. A chopper. Alonso and Berdicia bump into each other. Alonso hits the turf, falls over. A weird play to score there, but that'll probably go down as an infield single for Malcolm Smith. His first hit of the day. Now hitting is Garrett Boyer. Swinging at the first pitch, strike one on the outside corner. Barker still on the hill for the power. Left-hander gets back to work. Checks on Smith at first. Kicks and deals home. Swing and a miss from Boyer, who's behind 0-2. The wind picking up a little bit. Straight in from center field. Barker throws over. Smith back to first in time. Palm Springs will move to 500, 4-4 if they're able to hold on to this, and they'll snap their 2-game skid. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 pitches is all Barker needs for a strikeout of Boyer. 3 swings and misses as well. So that brings up the third baseman, Alejandro Lara. The Blue Sox down to their last out here in the 7th inning, trailing by a touchdown. Inside corner from Barker, who's been attacking the zone since he came into relief, Angel Landazuri, who pitched a gem for Palm Springs, trying to right their ship. He pitched 5 innings, just giving up 4 hits and recording 9 strikeouts. Almost a 2-to-1 strikeout to inning ratio. Barker looks in, agrees with Garcia on the pitch. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Lara is way behind it. So 2 strikeouts to add to Barker's line. And the Palm Springs Power win this game 7-0 on 8 hits. The Blue Sox get shut out. Despite their 5 hits, they were unable to string those together and take advantage of the big opportunities. So we hope you can join us for Game 2 right here on the California Winter League YouTube channel between the British Columbia Bombers at the Palm Springs Chill. I'm Joey Senna. Thank you for joining me